Hi guys, welcome to Learn Thai One Day One Sentence. Today is a special episode because I have the guest for the first time. You might already know that I was invited to start podcast Made It in Thailand. Don't forget to check that video as well. That was about me, how I run my business and become a Thai teacher.
Yeah, and the goal was really to show behind the scenes. I know a lot of you know New very well, and you've maybe taken courses or you work with her directly, but I really wanted to dig deeper into how her business works, what her motivations are. You might actually learn something from it, learn a little bit more about her that you didn't know. So I definitely think you'll enjoy the episode there, and we'll link to it as well. So
Yeah, and now it's my turn to interview Scott as well. He's not just only an entrepreneur, but he's been in Thailand for more than 10 years. I think he's actually has really good experience how he adapt himself into Thailand and what's important about Thai language. How important of that for you to learn, and also is it important to know some Thai to actually be able to live here as well? So let's start from that.
of course. So your question, is it important, right? I definitely think that learning Thai is a big unlock. I will admit that for many years I knew very little Thai, and I think it's possible. Something about Thailand is it's possible to get by off English, especially if you are in the city center area. But as soon as you begin to go outside of those very tourist areas, it becomes a lot more difficult. And I think that you're missing out a lot if you can't interact with the people around you. So for me, again, I would say very simply, is it possible to live in Thailand without Thai? Yes. The question is, do you want to? Is it as enjoyable as it could be if you learned a few words? Because I think learning a bit goes a long way. And I don't know, it makes life a lot better.
How about the relationship? If you know the language, would it help you communicate with people in your family or even the in-law, because you have Thai family as well, right?
Yes. So it helps a ton because I think in any relationship, there's always miscommunications, right? I mean, we're different people, want different things. And I think you add the element of not knowing each other's language, it adds a lot of stress. And so I think knowing a bit of Thai helps you relate a little bit more, right? With a significant other. So I think, again, you don't need it, but if you want to have fewer fights, then you should probably learn a few words. It's also, I would say, cultural, like just understanding how people think, because I think they think within the words that they know, but also, the things they can draw from. And if you understand a few words, you understand a little bit more about how a Thai person thinks. I think that's another big unlock in my mind.
So that's actually a really good point. So learning the language is not just only about knowing the language, but actually it's made you be able to communicate. And communication is really important to be able to speak the same language and understand. And that's not just only communication, it's come with cultural background that make you understand each other even more.
Absolutely. And I think sometimes probably in lessons too, if you're touching on why things are a certain way, then you'll understand why people are speaking a certain thing versus just rote memorization and understanding a few words.
Yeah.
It goes a lot deeper. Like a lot of the Thai language is cultural based. And so I don't know, if you're definitely curious, you're going to probably learn more than just the language through your studies.
Yeah. And you also work in Thailand as well.
Of course.
Does Thai language help you that way?
It does. I would say, again, just like the relationships that we mentioned, when you're talking with staff or when you're having some conversation, number one, just showing that you want to learn, I think means that people are more receptive. They understand. It's some sort of like a street vendor. If you try to practice some words, they feel like you care more about them. They're more receptive. Now you take that to the workplace. It's if your staff, if your colleagues, they see you're trying, that goes a very long way. And I think they tend to open up a lot more once they see you're trying. And probably want to encourage you to learn more, right?
Yeah. That's actually positive and good thing about Thai people. They really appreciate when you try to speak the language. Even you might say something wrong, but they really appreciate it, right?
Yes. I know we've talked about this in the interview, but you're someone who's very encouraging and not dismissive when people are saying the wrong thing or using the wrong word. And I think people within your sphere are probably going to be a lot more receptive to helping you change and improve your pronunciation. They're not going to dismiss. And I think most Thai people are like that, to be honest. Now, sometimes a waiter or a waitress might say they're going to switch to English because they don't have as much patience if they're very busy. But for the most part, people in Thailand do want to help, you know?
Yeah.
And I will share quickly because we talked about family. I have a young daughter, and I will say she's a very good Thai teacher because she, like you, is very encouraging and receptive. And I think when you have someone that's going to give you little nudges in a positive direction and say, oh, good try, you kind of missed that word. That for me, my daughter does that for me sometimes. And it goes a long way in wanting me to learn more, you know?
You have a good daughter. You raised a very good daughter.
Yes, yes. Well, my son is not quite, you know, sons and daughters are different, right? So I have this sweet daughter that will give me encouragement, but you know, yeah, very helpful.
Okay. Thank you so much, Scott. Adding one last question here. What do you want to say to people who think that it's not important to learn Thai to come to Thailand or even live here?
Oh, I mean, I think it depends on like how serious you are about Thailand. If you, like, I would argue that learning some Thai is going to be helpful even if you're on holiday, right? It's helpful. But can you get by going on holiday and not speaking Thai and maybe just understanding your, you know, just some niceties? Yeah. But if you actually are serious about Thailand, if you're serious about staying here longer term, if you have a relationship here, if you want to start a business here, if you think you'll be here for a few years, the sooner you start, the better, right? I mean, we were just talking before about things like permanent residency. I recently got my residency in Thailand. And guess what? You have to speak some Thai in order to go through that process. And that can be a big unlock. And I think a lot of people think that they have the fear of, oh my gosh, the bar is so high to get to something. But it's like, if you start learning a little bit and then you realize you can unlock things like residency or citizenship or some of the other things. And then guess what? Your life becomes a lot better, right? Now you're not doing 90-day reporting and all these other things. So the point is, don't let lack of language prevent you from leveling up. Especially if you expect to be here for a few years.
Yeah. And learning the language, as we were talking about, is communication, is connection, is about getting to understand culture and everything. I think right now, learning a new thing, learning a new language is also can help you improving yourself. It's a self-improvement as well. And that's also kind of like self-rewarding in a way. So if any one of you that are in Thailand and thinking about should you learn the language or not, maybe give it a try. You might find some new hobby that could challenge you in the future too.
Yeah, it's a great point. And again, I would say too, if you've worked and you've tried to learn language and it hasn't worked out for you, like in the past, I've worked with teachers that may be good, but maybe they're more traditional teachers where they just say, you know, memorize this word. They don't tell you the theory. They don't tell you the why. Sometimes that can be discouraging because you can start to say, oh, there's no way I'm ever going to learn this. It's too hard. But I think that if you try and find someone that is going to teach you the deeper level, or maybe it's just teaching in the style that works for you. My point is, don't write it off if it hasn't worked for you in the past. I think you'll eventually find that as long as you stick with it and you find someone that will adapt to your learning style and teach you the way that it works for you, then again, you'll get the unlock that you probably seek.
Yeah, that would be a long journey, but try to enjoy the process along the way as well.
Absolutely. It's an enjoyable process. It's challenging, but it's an enjoyable process.
All right. Thank you so much, Scott. That's a very good conversation. And if any one of you have any questions, I also can transfer the comments or question to Scott as well if you want to ask or know anything more. And also, Scott also has the podcast and also YouTube channel that you can follow as well. The name is Made It in Thailand. It's actually because he made it in Thailand already and he wants more of you guys to make it as well. So check it out.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right, see you guys.